good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the CCN on point this evening. And we're on point with the status of the U.S. government. That's a vague question. It's open because I want to know what you, as the individual, thinks about the status of the country that you live in now. I mean, what do you think is going on in the U.S. government? And I'd like to just hear your opinions. I'm Wanda Carter, your host, and I'd like for each of you to introduce yourself. So can I start with you, George?
Yes, I'm George Owens, president of Global City Unity, which is a TV showcase that's produced here locally in Chicago. And that's it for me.
Okay. Grady? Grady. Okay, so he's on the bus.
Go ahead. The next person, I can come on after that. I'm getting situated on this.
Just tell people who you are.
Oh, Grady Noel Jr. I'm a retired real estate developer who is now working as an agriculturalist. So I'm preparing myself for my next phase of my life, and something about agriculture that sort of kind of grabbed my attention. So I'm a little novice right now. I'm trying to learn how to grow a tomato.
I love it. Okay, so let's grow that tomato. Sabrine, how are you this evening? Tell us, give us 1 minute intro on you. Sabrine. Okay, she's muted, and I guess she'll unmute herself shortly. Alan, introduce yourself. Okay, and then iPhone.
Okay, I was muted.
Okay, Alan, thank you.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Yes, I'm Alan Voss of Alan Voss Television and Internet. I'm a videographer, and that's it.
Thank you, Alan. All right, and then we have it's an iPhone caller. Not sure what the last 4 digits are, but the first 3 digits are 313. Can you introduce yourself? Okay, well, we're going to go on, and as people come on, I'll try to give them an opportunity to tell us who they are.
So, happy March.
Hey, Shirley, how are you?
I'm improving now. See you, and I got in on time. How about that?
Tell folks who you are, Shirley, and what you do.
Shirley McLaurin is an African-American female. I am also a representative and distributor with Akana for Life, LLC, online distributors and manufacturers of natural, organic, and plant-based products, CBD, hemp, and essential oils. That's what I do.
Thank you. And then I see my cuz. I couldn't recognize the number. Hey, Kathy, just tell who you are and give them a 1 minute spiel on what you do.
I am Kathy Robinson. I stay in Detroit. I am a retired postal worker. So that's about it.
Okay, so this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the status of the U.S. What is the status of the U.S. from your perspective? I'm going to tell you why this was so interesting to me, because I am a registered videographer, and my company is registered with the mayor's office and the Chicago Police Department. And we can cross fire lines and police lines to do stories and so forth. And I said all that to say that normally I could go to the U.S. Website, and I could look up any press release, and you could look at the Constitution or the Bill of Rights or whatever related to the U.S. government, you could see it. Well, now when I went to the website, all you see is a bunch of information about President Trump. You don't have access to all those, to the Constitution anymore. You don't have access to the Bill of Rights. I don't see that. when I go on that website. And I'm like, wow, so everything is all changed now. So how do you know what the status of the US is? I mean, because surely you can't go to the whitehouse.gov and get that information anymore. So what say you? Anybody?
I
Great.
say Shirley McLaurin say we
Go ahead.
are in a situation of communism, in a
Okay.
situation of liars, and as the Indian had always what's it called them? The indigenous people, I get that word messed up, okay, has always said that the Caucasian, and as they put it, the white man speaks with a forked tongue. That's the way I see it.
All right. Come on. Come on. Grady, tell me what you think.
Y'all have to excuse me. I'm trying to get myself situated here. Okay. Well, the United States, as we know it, is not the same. It's a whole new. I was just left the. I was in a hearing today that Donald Trump had the 5 mayors come to Washington D.C. and explain the sanctuary city status. So the United States is not what we it's not what we think it is anymore. So it's a whole we're in a whole new era, but nobody really looking at it. I guess the way I'm looking at it in terms of where we are in the world and how the world looks at us now, we're not the same. So we need to start trying to figure out what does that mean in the future.
Absolutely. It's scary the way things have changed, but we need to recognize the change and recognize the fact that we need to adjust how it is we think about where we are and what we need to be doing to sustain ourselves as these changes take place. Because the changes are drastic and rapid. Okay, so what about you, Kathy? What you're in Detroit, and have you noticed any changes in anything related to pricing? What's the average? How do you think the average person that you come in contact with feels about our new president and the changes he's enacting?
Well, your new president, the changes here are dramatic. Um, I'm surrounded with a lot of Arabs and uh, Mexicans, and they're all scared. They don't know which way to go, what's going to happen to them. Some of their families are being ported back
Yeah.
to where they came from. The economy is just ridiculous. Uh, he complains about when Biden was in and talking about the price of eggs. Well,
Yeah.
they've tripled in the last 3 months, the last 2 months. So uh, it's just crazy.
All right. See,
You know.
see, we are all seeing these changes, and maybe some some more than others, but I'm telling you, we have to start deciding how we're going to address it. Like Grady said, he's now interested in agriculture. He discovered in his research that his family came from farming, that they're farmers. And so now it's this is a great time to start thinking about how to grow your own food.
Amen.
Because the prices, as you just said, Kathy, are skyrocketing.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to afford to go to these stores and buy stuff that you can grow yourself.
Like
we did on the way here. Oh, yeah, I agree with that, Grady. George, what say you about today's State of the Union, so to speak? I mean, I don't. We weren't supposed to watch it yesterday, and I hope we paid attention to that and didn't watch it.
I didn't.
I don't know what his address was all about, but I'm sure it was an accumulation of all the rhetoric he's been spewing out over the past 3 or 4 months.
Well, I've had the opportunity to watch his address to the Congress yesterday,
Oh, you
as
did?
well as his inauguration speech.
Okay.
And Donald Trump, he's amazing, absolutely amazing. He's incredible. You know, that's not to say that he's credible, but he's incredible. And I think Donald Trump is a master in this age, as he called it, a golden age, which it is, because we're in the age of Aquarius, and you have people that's in this time that's here to usher in a new age, and that age is of technology, and a lot of it is a demonistical age, because in the age of Pisces, uh, we had, you know, where we believed in Jesus Christ and a lot of religious factors and things of that nature that supported love,
Yes.
peace, things of that nature. Uh, you go from positive to negative, and then you go from negative to positive. So we had 24,000 years of positive. Now you got what they would call is 24,000 years of negative energy. Okay. So in the sense of having negative energy, I feel in this age with them creating a new world order, Donald
Yes.
Donald Trump wants to be in the forefront of heading that, and they people elected him in. I mean, that
So
country
if you think that the new world order is directly related to what is occurring today.
it's absolutely of what's going on today with world domination and power, and having leaders and someone that can lead the whole universe of people that's in politics and spiritual energy. Now, I think that it's a demonistical type energy that only the creator himself,
Hold on.
uh, herself, can come in and actually straighten up and things like that's why you see so many different things about alien sightings or UFOs and things of that nature, planes falling out the sky
Yeah.
and all kind of things like that. So it has to be a changing
Yeah,
of the
I'm moving
God
on. Bye.
from a spiritual energy other than just us, and also that will make or create a environment where indigenous people such as blacks, browns, people of color will stand together and unite, as you see some of them doing now, to what they feel is right and righteous in their eyesight, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be cut out, whether it be Medicaid, public aid,
Yeah.
uh, veterans benefits. You can see him already starting, and he's starting right out the gate like a horse running, because he
Yes.
know he has 4 years. So whatever he do, if he goes, you know, how you gonna send him to jail if he's changing everything and changing the landscape of how the game is played? You know,
That's
so when you
right.
change the government, you change the DOC, you fire people, they scared to talk. You can basically, like last night, you can literally almost cuss out the Democratic Party because they don't have the votes. So you can say anything, and you got a group of people that's totally divided in the country. And although he said a lot of great things, does it apply to us as a people? Like he said, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about make us great again in that certain area that he's pointing to, not a totality of us all. So when he gets rid of things, and you know, the scary part is when he changed and started putting government bodies in the order, like the what's that the Doge and things like
Yes.
that, to
Yes.
have
Yes.
government efficiency, and you start getting rid of the government, and it's okay with the government, and you have the votes and them just clapping, and they're the ones that's voting to say, go ahead, you're doing a great job, we
Mm.
love it, And pretty soon, if we don't watch out, we'll be back in the slavery times
See?
because they can
Come on
change.
now. That,
Well, that's what he meant when he said "Make America Great Again." It was
Yeah,
to put us back in slavery and make it all white again, in
it's a
which he is
process.
trying
It's a
to do now.
process that he has to do and go through with breaking down the system. So you have to break down the governmental system, which is dangerous for the United States. Because now it's like,
okay, I agree with both of you. So so we know that. So what do we do as melanated people? What do we do to prepare ourselves for this system breakdown, system revision? Anthony, what do we do?
Well, I say we should do like they do in Europe. Let's burn this mother down. You know, when you watch the folks in Europe, how the young people take to the streets, the workers take to the streets, and when they're fed up, they don't mind doing destructive stuff to their country because they're watching destruction being done to them. Yeah. And as I sat there last night listening to that garbage, and I just found out a little while ago, I'm a veteran. They just apparently laid off another thousands of veterans.
Sure did.
Now,
and you guys fought for this country.
I take the position to my white veterans and even some of my black veterans. Y'all voted for that fool.
That's right.
Yep.
And if you catching hell, God damn it, you deserve to catch the goddamn hell.
Amen.
Everybody told you what he was going to do.
He told them.
And he told you what he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you voted for him anyway. Yep. Why? Because you couldn't hold your nose to vote for a black woman.
Yep.
And a prosecutor over a goddamn thug, criminal, convicted 34 times.
Yep.
May I?
Oh, Dr. Spivey, welcome to the show.
Ma'am.
And so I take the position now that
wait 1 second, Dr.
Spivey, this idiot who don't care nothing about the law, nothing about the Constitution, and he told you he want to be a goddamn dictator.
He told us.
You know what, Donald? You ought to move to Europe.
Okay, wait. Thank you, Anthony. We have a couple of people that have joined since we started. Dr. Spivey and Shirley, you did introduce yourself. So, Dr. Spivey, introduce yourself and tell people who you are. And then you respond to that question.
Greetings, family.
Greetings.
I am Ambassador Dr. Claude B. Spivey. I represent the World Court, and also I am an entertainer from the 60s, and I'm thanking the Creator that He's granted me favor and another day to do some things I didn't do yesterday.
Amen.
Amen.
You know, some of the things that I just heard, I just came on, and I apologize for my tardiness. I had a session with the World Court to be clear what's going on, and I'm hearing everyone's conversation. You know what you think you know, because the world is changing. Each one of us, when we came into this world, all of what we're witnessing right now stems from the assassination of Lincoln, Kennedy, in the Civil War. That's how deep this is. And not one of us was present. The things that have happened in our journey that we have been given grace to be present. We have been indoctrinated and don't know it. From birth, each one of us, when you were born in the hospital, they took that birth certificate and sold it to the government. Your parents didn't know and you didn't even know. And you still don't even know. It's called parent patriae, which means the government is your parent.
My mom and dad.
I'm a researcher for 60 plus years. I'm in my late 70s. So I can share some things with you if I may. Because I get to see it before it even happens. We are present to bear witness of the horrendous atrocity against humanity. And one of the things that we have been indoctrinated in, looking at something that does not exist, I don't care how long, how wide you think you want to know it. I keep hearing that phrase that's been a part of the indoctrination. Black, colored, Negro, African, African American. And I say to my family as I'm talking to you right now, you are not one of them. Not one. But we've been so indoctrinated, we keep walking around with the buffoonism to continuously to identify ourselves of something. Black is a color that belongs in a crown box. When you was in kindergarten, they gave you some crowns to write with. And I can assure there was a black crown in that box. But we have adapted ourselves to some buffoonery, and we continuously walk around with that. Because we don't know that we just don't know. As I may please take you on the journey of reality and truth. In the beginning was the Word. When it was spoken, all things were created. Each one that's present on this call, in the likeness of the Creator. Now, is there someone on the call this evening can tell me that you physically saw the Creator that created you? Somebody?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see him. I see him in all you.
We saw the Creator. We are the Creator. Each and every one of us are emissions of the Creator. So we was there at the time of creation. We are a manifestation of an emission of that living substance that occupies all space. So we're the same thing, just like water. We're the same that just if you take a drop of water out of the ocean, it's still a drop of water that came from the ocean. We are that.
Thank you, my brother.
We're there with the Creator.
Now, if I could put the rest of this scenario together. Like right now, I'm not sure where you are residing, but the wind is blowing kind of hard. But I can assure you, you can't see the wind. We were created in the likeness of the Creator, Spirit. Each one is spirit, not the vessel, because that's got you confused. And I guarantee you, anybody that walks in that conversation about being black, find something black and put your vessel next to it, and tell me if you match that color. It's time to elevate, family. Stop walking in the buffoonism. We are the indigenous aborigines from this continent. Indigenous to this continent, Turtle Island, that we've been calling America. That was the beginning of your indoctrination. Someone came from another continent and came here and said there's 1 million Indians here. He was a Caucasoid, the one we keep calling white. There's no such thing. Because if you can put someone that you keep calling white next to something that you know is white, they're pink.
If I ask you a question,
the true identity is Caucasoid.
I'm talking to TV. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you sir.
Okay, here's the issue for me. I just got on. My name is Ovi, and I just got on, and I heard a couple of weeks ago that you can't do nothing without God, but I also heard that God works through man. And right now, the system in America is beating up people that look like me and you. So I'm okay with a history lesson, but right now, I just watched them attack my Social Security. And I'm a veteran, and I watched them attack my VA benefits. So how do me and you, based on where you are, to get past the history part, and let's see how we can fight to make sure they don't take our Social Security and our veteran benefits, and also dealing with the women and etc. How do me and you have that kind of conversation? Period.
Like I said, in the beginning was the word.
No,
and when it was spoken, it was created.
But you're going past the fact of fixing it. We don't need a history.
If folks name, sir, please. You can never speak for me, nor can you think for me.
No, am I trying?
Trust me. Trust me.
I'm not trying, but I'm trying to get us on the subject. I'm looking at them take my Social Security. How do I get you involved mentally on talking to me about my Social Security that they're taking away from me today?
Not one of us sir, please. Not one of us on this call could fix what your conversation is.
That's not true. We have opinions on how to fix it. And I got one. I got an opinion on how to fix it.
Okay.
And that would be, sir?
Right now, we're talking to the media to make sure we change the message and the meaning when we go in the room. We're not tokens. We represent the plurality of who we are. And we also change the meaning of affirmative action, which we're in that room to teach and learn. And my money and my resources do not go to take care of you. It goes to take care of us. So wherever there's people, me and you should be doing the same thing today, going out fighting the same way we did when they put their knee on George Floyd's neck, if they're trying to keep me and you out of the economic component, economic act.